want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta understand.
We want all the smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT jailbreak squad room. 100 ENT solve room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
We're in a house to be able to see.
You talking about on Clubhouse he had one?
Yeah, he had a
Oh,
he had a,
shit,
he had a
I didn't know that.
So how it happened was I was like, hey bro, like just to let you know, like there's some information out there, you know, that was going on. Boom, he got into this big screaming match with me, and that's how I knew the shit was real. Before I thought that this person was lying, and I'm like, you wouldn't be mad if I'm out here telling you this behind the scenes, because just the other day it was like, yeah, you're gonna come down to Atlanta and you're gonna visit my friend's restaurant. We got this, we got that, we got this opening up. I want you to be a part of this. And I'm like, I'm coming to you and letting you know this because I just know that it could get like that. This is about to come out on you. So, you know, he's like, nah, y'all trying to make everybody gay, all this other weird stuff. And I'm like, bro, like that's not even what it is. I'm just trying to tell you. So he started saying some really crazy shit at me. So I said, okay, cool, let's open up this room. All right, so let's let the people know what's about to go down. So you know, you came in before the room even, like, we didn't even get to speak. Like, the room was not even two people. Like, you came in and you was like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, we haven't even started the room. Like, listen,
he came and got me. See, I didn't know none of that shit.
Yes,
like, Wack, this dude, Ion, he's trying. I said, we trying to do what to you? I said, why is he? I said, yo, bro, is it true? Because I told him. I said, yo, bro, Ion just don't be spinning no narratives, bro. Wack, you know how long you been knowing me? You know it ain't the truth. I said, well, what are you mad about? I don't know. He just can't put me behind some chick.
And I like, he didn't tell that full story.
Nah, he did.
And you know what's so crazy? Because the person who did the interview was going to come to me first. She came to me first and was like, hey, do you want to take this or whatever? And I was like, nah, I'm good. I would stay away from that. I'm like, it's
hold on, all right. Third coach, is that Brock?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I was like, I don't want to really be involved in none of that. Like, I just got cool, whatever. And it was like, well, it's going to come out anyway. So I was trying to be cool and let him know before the shit went down that this is what's about to go down. So then, and it's so funny because I was still nice because I still didn't, I just legitimately just put out the things that were out there already. I still did not come out and talked about what I really knew when it came down to the trans woman. Right, I just was trolling him a bit and was like, "Oh yeah, you coming out of the Red Roof Inn, do." But come to find out, getting weird, and I was like, "Oh, the more I like start to research it, the more people, you know, people start sending you like real, some real." I'm like, "Okay, this story is getting a little deeper than what I thought." And then I told him, "Now I'm like, that story gonna come out." He's like, "Nothing gonna come out." Boom, a few days later, this came out. Talking about they was acting. Oh no. And then the funny thing about it is that the conversations from the side were different But then the recording of the phone calls came out. That was the kinger because before it was just the information. We didn't even
I
know.
think I went and got a recording from the brawl.
Yeah, it was like the phone call back and forth that she recorded, and I was
The
like,
recording came out. We got the recordings. We got the nigga crawling around on the ground, fake trying to kill himself. All kind of
second guessing that a little bit still. I was like,
and then,
yeah.
oh no, that was real. I got the real video.
No.
And
When we got the phone call between both of them, and then all the other stuff, and the videos,
something
with the
else
drugs
came.
and all this other
The
shit.
purple banger.
Yeah, it was,
with itself. No, that's my little homegirl.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. That was crazy. And then the funny thing about it is that like he came up in here and still tried to like play it off, like as if he didn't know what we were talking about. Like if that wasn't a video of him, and like if that was not photos and his tattoos.
Oh no, that was all the way him. He can't. He admitted it to us. He said I was just having a little fun, but what we discovered was the individual that he was playing with was a man. Because when Naughty looked at it, Naughty say, "That's a man you got bent over." Yeah.
He said,
yeah, I remember.
He tried to say that he wouldn't know. That person had a gooch. Like that's the craziest
that's what Naughty said.
Like that's just too much. Like, you done got caught the full fifth. And then he was like, oh, well, we was on a phone call that we was just practicing acting. How the I practicing acting when y'all didn't even have the script yet? Like, this was before. She looked at the date. This is before they even announced everybody was there.
Yep. You got the other one, right?
Yeah. They still sending me emails till this day. Everything's talking about this. This is what that is. But you at one point you was like, just wait on it and it'll come out. And then it ended up, coming out. Not for me, but somebody else. And he was on Twitter too, and it was crazy because I don't know if you know, I interviewed Coyle Ray. And he had said something on Twitter about it. It was just not good. Not good to me. Not good. But she was fine. She was fine. I was like, I hope we don't got no beef, That was between me and you. That was between, yeah. Do y'all think that this case specifically is going to impact any of the big podcasts that are out there that they're trying to blame for this case going down?
Which one? Which case you? No, because looking at the documents, right? Nothing about the big U there's nothing there. It's only loose cannon. Well, I don't know. Because I don't know if it's a troll or not. It could be a troll or not because I seen something, which it didn't make sense to me. And the only way this would make sense, and y'all follow me, they said the district attorney is looking to reopen the Nipsey Hustle murder case with other details with Big U, right? So the only way that would make sense is if the shooter, Eric Holder, is saying something. Like what's going on with Yellow Beezy. See, the shooters have come out and said Yellow Beezy paid us, but I believe they got some text messages back and forth. The shooter saying this, I don't know if that'll be enough. Me personally, I don't believe he had nothing to do with what the shooter did with Nipsey Hustle. Personally, I don't believe Big U had anything to do with that. The footage that Loose Cannon said he had that he never brought to the table of the so-called phone call or FaceTime that Big U called him and said Nipsey Hustle was dead. He called Nipsey. Nipsey answered the phone, and then 30 minutes later he was dead, right? That could have been coincidental, could have never happened. Now that was definitely broke on No Jumper. That was broke. Now, if we look up and see that that's a factor in something, and even at that point in time, I don't think it's on the podcast, it's on the platforms, it's on the people going in there to interview. Know what to say, know what not to say. Because now, Loose Cannon is in a position to where the prosecuting attorney is trying to call him as a witness. And if they go and recover whatever it is, wherever he say is on his phone, then the world's gonna say, they're gonna say it, whether he like it or not, you told. They're gonna say that. But I believe it's far-fetched. I don't know if it exists. Shit. The source of where it's supposed to be, or be, I don't think he exists. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just being real. So that's where it could get a little crazy. Now, on that recording from the family, the sister did say that the prosecutor of the DA, that the prosecutor of the Nipsey Hustle Eric Holder case is going to prosecute Big U. And I was like, that was state. This is Fed. Unless prosecutors got certain credentials where they can cross over. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, that didn't make sense. But if they try to reopen something, because they got something. Now, I did hear, I heard Loose Cannon say on one of these interviews he did, I don't know which one, he mentioned that he talked to Eric Holder and Big U, you know what's going on. He said something like that. And I don't know which one. I seen it somewhere. It's been so much shit popping up. That nigga interviewed with all kind of motherfuckers popping up. So I don't know what that is. Until we see the indictment, we really ain't gonna know. But I don't think none of the podcasts gonna be affected. These little niggas go on Instagram and go on the song, and they seen the nigga that Mo3. They showed, as soon as he got the money, the nigga went to Instagram. They say the car he used, the money he got paid, everything, he put it on social media. So, you know, you can shut down all the podcasts you want. It ain't gonna stop these little dudes from exposing themselves. Alright, who is Nene? Wack, there's a YouTuber who really got into it. He's small, but he breaks it down and lives in the hood. Let me know if y'all want the link. Yeah, Nene, drop the link. So, you know, this ain't the first time and went on there and said some crazy shit. But I don't think Brick Baby's case is gun cases from his house. The only one is Loose Cannon making mention, but we got to still see. We haven't seen the statement from the victim. We got to see if the statement from the victim about the robbery situation lines up with what Loose Cannon said. His Meek Mill ain't lining up. So we got to see.
She
I
said
was watching her.
she said she can't talk, but she's looking for the link. She was watching the,
Oh, okay.
she's looking for it. And we waiting for her to find it. Look, I think that's why we got quiet.
Good Wack.
Oh, Lord.
Raheem, who was this? Come on up, Raheem T. Hot ass, fake ass, gang banging idiots.
Hmm?
I don't know. We gotta see who Raheem talking about. He might have a point. Raheem, come on up. There you go. He look like he a Philly dude. I could be wrong. Philly, Baltimore. Let's see. Might be Jersey. Raheem, what's up, man?
What's up, champ? How you feeling?
Where you from?
You already know where I'm from. You ain't catch the champ?
Where you from? Baltimore?
DC,
Philly?
baby.
DC? I
DC.
was close. All right. So you made a comment. You said hot ass, some gangbangers.
Yeah, it wasn't all that. It was just what it was. It was hat ass. Where is that? Let me read it for you verbatim.
So who you referring to?
Said hat ass, fake ass, gang banging idiot. That's what I said.
So who you referring to?
I was referring to any who get on these social audio apps or podcasts and tell on theyself due to clout chasing, wanting to be something, wanting niggas to feel like they tougher than what the they are. Any nigga. Any that shoe can fit, he can wear that. I ain't got no pick. Any nigga that it fit. Even non-gang banging idiots who get on there and clout chase and talk about illegal activity and want a nigga to look at them in some type of light, like they bigger than the program or bigger than what is real. Any nigga.
Got you. So you said anybody. So what about the dudes that's on there just making up for entertainment? That they know it ain't gonna lead back to nothing. What about those dudes?
Long as they can't get charged with it, then
Got you.
I ain't talking to them. But
You
if niggas
talking about the
on there trying
niggas
to
that's
clout
got you.
chase and with real crimes and you really out here, you a fucking idiot. You a fake gangbanger. Cause ain't no real from the streets gonna send itself to jail. Do that, man. Unless you overly emotional and you just go all out at the moment. Just volunteer to go to club fed.
So I've been getting a lot of this, and I still don't know what's gonna come of it. They said Wack. You really don't think what happened outside of No Jumper that night is gonna come up in charges? And I'm telling myself, I'm like really thinking about it. I'm like, well, does it take the individuals to press charges, although it's on video?
I,
I be-
I know in Texas, like the DA can choose to press charges if they see what they see, because that's what happened to me. Like it wasn't nobody
That would
pressing
be
no
in a
charges.
domestic, right?
It could be anything. It's up to the police, and then they call the DA, and it's up to the DA if they want to press charges or not. But I don't know how it would work with y'all shit.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wonder how that works.
Yeah, if the police get called, yeah, for sure. And if they say whoever on scene says they don't want to press right there, that would then again be up to the state to if they want to pursue. Because I had that happen in a domestic. I wasn't even at the house. I was at the
Man,
Braves
let me
game.
call Reggie or somebody and ask them niggas. I wonder if they could they. Hold on, let's get Reggie ass in here. Let me send him the link. Cause people been asking, I'm like, shit, bro, I don't know. You know where I come from, a nigga report on your ass, but I hear what you saying, cause it was mentioned in the complaint.
Oh, it was mentioned.
Yeah. Who in here with audio?
I can
Nobody.
play it off my phone. Shit, we ain't got a real audio. Ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
could
was
bring my audio in here.
all right. It was yeah, it was definitely mentioned in the complaint. It's in there. They give a full description. So I'm like, shit, bro, I don't they like you don't think like they just let it ride to put it in this complaint? Shit, I mean,
Yeah, and anybody on probation during that incident? Because if that's the case, yeah, they can pick it up, even if the police weren't called. And you know, a probation officer happens to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? Or out on parole, or you
I
know
don't be
anything like
My
knowing
that.
who on
club deck
what they
not working. I can't play audio. It won't.
I don't
Club
know
deck
who
not working.
hold on. I don't know who's on what these days. Nigga tell you they on some shit. You know, I don't be knowing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
I don't know who's on what, but I don't, it was mentioned in there. But I don't think it was where Prince at. I don't think it was part of his charge.
That might be just like more of a character thing.
Yeah, maybe they gonna use it against him doing bail. I mean, but they gave a description of everything they saw. Everything.
I mean, you ain't really do shit, bro. So I mean, ain't nothing really
Oh
to
no,
worry
I
about on
ain't worried
your
about
end.
that. This why Wack don't get high and get drunk. I'm always in full control of self.
Yes,
And
sir.
shit, I'm gonna get into what I want to get into, not what a nigga get into.
Are you missing 5 or more teeth and ready for a permanent solution to your dental problems? You're not alone. We see the It's big game, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm here today with a special edition of Pop Off the Media. Y'all know I do my breakdowns. Currently, I got a style on my eyes, so y'all see a little big eye thing going on. I got a style on my eyes, y'all can see right there. Ugh. So, today's episode, what we're going to talk about and discuss, and I feel relatively close to because, I'm into the lore of the streets and, all things that are gang cultured and the lore of the streets and all that. So I took my time dissecting this. I actually was just doing my homework on this situation. And if I am wrong, I will say this, if I am wrong or I got anything wrong after this video, y'all can gladly hit me up on BigGame_039. Y'all can comment, y'all can like, share, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. But today's breakdown is going to be on the tumultuous relationship between Nipsey Hustle, the late great Nipsey Hustle, and Big U. And not more so of the relationship, but what I'm going to do is give you a breakdown of the gang culture that surrounds the Rollin' 60s Crips. And I don't have to go through a full breakdown of just the history. I'm sure y'all know Raymond and Tookie, East Side, West Side. West Side broke down the Rollin'. They broke down to the gangster car. Then you got gangster Crips, Rollin' Crips. Then, you know what I'm saying, you got Hoovers and all that. That's a whole story within itself. Basically, I'm going to start off with Big U, because Big U is currently under federal scrutiny. He's in jail for racketeering. Let me explain to y'all what RICO means. Racketeering influenced corrupt organization. Meaning corrupt or criminal organization. Either or, don't get me wrong. So, currently he's sitting in jail for that, and along being charged with Rashawn Williams, the friend of his son, professional football player. I don't even want to say his name because it's such a disservice to put that young boy name in this. So y'all gotta do is go to the Chargers and y'all can go look and see who he is. He's one of the top defensive prospects in the NFL right now. So I'll just leave it at that. And he played for the Chargers. All right. So to start this story, we're gonna go here. Big U. Eugene Henley, Roller 60 Crib, Arlington Ave, Original, AG, Arlington Ave, you know what I'm saying, Arlington Gang. So before it was Roller 60 Crips, before it was Crip, before they side had adopted Crip, it was Arlington Gang. It was this section of dudes who's from over here. And as the Crip thing emerged and went, and the Roller 60s came about, of course the first shot caller for the Arlington Gang was Chili Capone, who was the cousin of Big U. At the time, Big U was a little homie, but he was coming up in the ranks. Around the time, of course, you heard about the great A-Trade Gangsta Crip War at High Star with the Roller 60s and all that. And you can do your research on how Big U came into power. So, of course, like any gang, like same thing in Chicago. We had Egyptian Cobras, we had the Supreme Gangsters, all that. But when the gang bang came around, it went from Supreme Gangsters to Gangster Disciples. It went from Black Disciples to it went from Satan's Disciples to Black Gangster Disciples. It all morphed into what we looked at the modern gang culture today. Gangs have always been around in our communities. They were around as forms of protections. But to go back into the story of Big U becomes one of the first generation babies of the Roller 60 Crips. He said this plenty of times. He's not the founder of the Roller 60 Crips. He's not the creator of the Roller 60 Crips. He's not the leader of the Roller 60 Crips. He just is one of the first generation old heads that is still around. And if you want to say de facto leader, then you can say de facto leader, if that's how you want to call it. Like how Willie Lloyd was the de facto leader of the unknown Vice Lord Nation as a whole. He reigned fiefdom over the whole Vice Lord Nation, not just his group of Vice Lords, but all the Vice Lords. So, with that being said, back to Big U. During the 80s, of course, y'all know, Big U becomes a big shot caller. He going from Minnesota. He's taking the Crip culture. He going to Minnesota, Chicago. But here's the thing with Chicago. Chicago never adapted the Crip culture. We never adapted Bloods, Crips. I don't think there will ever be Bloods and Crips in Chicago, ever. The gang culture is permeated already. It's set in stone who's going to be who and what's going to be what. Back to Big U. Okay. But he's known as a notorious hitter during the late 70s, early 80s. He's known for practicing karate. His hand game, his knuckle game was legendary. He could get down with the best of them. Big U could fight with the best of them. He could scrap with the best of them. Of course, during the 80s, it was tumultuous because you had the advent of the crack era, as seen on Snowfall. As you can see, that came in. And when that came in, it took from fighting to...
Were you injured in a car accident? Then let me ask you a question. Would you rather get $5,000 from your insurance company or get a check for...
And then that's when you really got the Crip on Crip violence. And I'm going to tell you something about Roller 60 Crips, just their ethos. And I happen to be friends with a lot of them. My artist is a Roller 60 Crip. I'm close friends with a few of them, actually, like that's Roller 60 Crips. So I can explain better from what I've gotten. I'm a gangster disciple. What I've gotten from Roller 60 Crips is they tell you ain't a 60 till you a 60. You ain't rich. Like, rich rolling is a way of life. Like, Rolling 60 Crips is usually flashy, or they Rolling 60 Crips are the most known money getting Crips. Like, every gang has a presidium almost. Now, don't get me wrong, others says get money. Hoovers get money, everybody get money. I'm almost positive. But Rolling 60 Crips, rich rolling, baby. Rich, scandalous, and crafty. Ruthless, scandalous, and crafty. But you know what I just said? Ruthless, scandalous, and crafty. Rich, scandalous, and crafty. Like that RSC, Rolling 60 Crip. They say you ain't a Crip. You ain't a Rolling 60, Rolling 60. So that's the basis line for what I'm going to lead into later on. So you got Big U during the 80s. He's making his name. He ringing his bell. He come from the Crenshaw district. As y'all know, during the late 80s, mid-90s, or early 90s, guess who moves to California? Corrupt. A young Corrupt. He moves to LA, and he moves with Crenshaw, and guess what? His affiliation is the Roller Sister Crip. So that's Big U's first foray into the rap game as a management. He started earlier with him and some kid named Papa T or something of that nature. And Papa LQ, excuse me. I remember these names. Papa LQ. He had a song called The B-Side. He was a 15-year-old artist. Look him up. His name is Papa LQ from California. That was Big U's first artist that he worked with in the game. His name was Papa LQ. He's 15 years old with a record deal, and he needed a manager. The first person he went to was Big.
That's wrong. Corrupt. First lived in Hawthorne somewhere. He wasn't even in the 60s. Let's keep it moving.
He managed Corrupt as well. By the time Big U goes to jail in the early 90s, Corrupt is already rolling with Death Row. He's on his way rolling with Death Row and things of that nature. The reason why I have to skip because, everything is kind of in. Y'all know what Big U was about. He's the inspiration for Debo. Yes, Big U is based on, Debo is based on Big U. Now, I don't think nobody knocked him out, but Debo is based on Big U. Debo is based off of Big U. So that lets you know the fear and the reverence and respect that this man had in the hood. And could you imagine a young Big U? That he was always big, stocky, and hand game crazy. So he went to jail for a couple armed robberies, a couple attempted murders for a few. I think he did 12 years. When he gets in jail, he's corresponding with Suge Knight. He's talking to Suge Knight. He's hanging with Suge Knight. He's getting to know Suge Knight. So when the Lou doing that and becoming, coming in correspondence with Suge Knight, he's sending them books. He's sending them mail by books about record labels and stuff like that. He learning the game. So of course, on his release, he joined Suge Knight. Now, by this time, when he gets up with Suge Knight had just got out of jail, I want to say like in 2002. So, by the time Suge gets out of jail, Death Row is not Death Row anymore. It's The Row. He got Petey Pablo. He got Crooked Eye. He got Lisa Left Eye Lopes. He got some people left. He got Corrupt as the president. He trying to run a different show. But by that time, Suge was still on the same type of time, but with different groups. And by that time, Big U couldn't reach through to him. Like, you gotta think, Suge Knight was in jail for 5 years. Them 5 years, he was still getting Tupac royalties and money and everything. So, it was like, he came out and just blew all the money. He came out, spent all the money, didn't settle lawsuits, and Big U couldn't really do nothing about it because, what can you really tell a grown man like Suge Knight? So he watched Suge Knight basically self-destruct in his face around 04. So around 06, 07, around 05, 06, 07, he comes in contact with a little dude from the hood. This dude name happens to be, of course he's always been around. He happens to be Ermias Exedum, a.k.a. a young Nipsey Hustle. Now, Nipsey Hustle is one of the up-and-coming. His name was Thundercat, Little Thundercat. If you want to do your homework on who put him on the hood and all that, he hangs out with a little guy named Fats, and another guy named Hoggy, and another guy named Jay Stone, and he hangs out with another guy, Pac-Man, but Pac-Man is like one of the little homies. Right. So, around this time, Unique Music is formed. I don't know if y'all know what Unique Music is, but that is Big U's record label. He formed Unique Music, and at the time, Nipsey Hustle and him were close. Like, this Big U, you gotta think, this is Big Draws from the hood. This is the OG from the early 60s. He's taking Nipsey under his hood, which at first was a very loving.
Pin the link to the South Room. We're going to carry it over. Y'all got to start reading the chat. Y'all been slipping. Pin the link to the South Room, please. Pin the link.
In brotherly relationship, big brother, little homie relationship. And of course, Nipsey signs a production deal with Unique Music. They drop Bullets Ain't Got No Name.
What's up?
They drop a couple of other mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it started going. Big U has a friend in the record industry.
Listen, we're going to roll to the South. We 350 deep. Go beat us to the next room. We're going to continue to the next room. We're going to continue this. We still got another 20, 30 minutes of this. Let's hit the link up top. Let's roll the traffic to the south room. We're going to continue it over there. Let's.
He formed unique music, and at the time, Nipsey Hustle and him were close. Like, this big you gotta think, this is big draws from the hood. This the OG from the early 60s. He's taking Nipsey under his hood, which at first was a very loving and brotherly relationship. Going. Big U has a friend in the record industry named Steve Lobel. You don't know who Steve Lobel is? Look him up. He's another heavy hitter, white Jewish guy. Love him, by the way. Now this time, Steve Lobel is doing business with Epic Records. So he's doing business with Epic Records. Him doing business with Epic Records, there's a young guy named Johnny Shike. Look him up. He just turned cinematic music into guitar music. Johnny Shikes is the guy who found Joey Badass, the Pro Era Collective, and the rest of those guys over there. He overrun all them. Yes, that's that guy. So, needless to say, Big U, Steve LaBelle, join together. They take Nip to Epic. He gets a deal through Epic, and Epic like, okay, we got you. But at this time, Epic wasn't, L.A. Reid wasn't in power yet, I don't think. Or was he in power? I think, or he had just got in power. L.A. Reid did not understand Nip at first. So what he does is, hey, I got a label over here called Good Talk. I got a label over here called Cinematic. And I think you would fit good with these guys over here. So that happens. In the lieu of that happening, money get paid out, you know what I'm saying?
God damn, why this nigga go to a 30-second? He must have restarted. Get out.
In the lieu of that happening, money get paid out, you know what I'm saying? Nipsey gets signs the deal, you know what I'm saying? He got the Malcolm X piece, you know what I'm saying? He's shining. This around the time Marathon won, you know what I'm saying? He get ready to drop an album, you know what I'm saying? But I think between that era and that time, I want to say, not even think, what happens is Big U feels this is the first indoctrination of them getting into it. This is the first iteration of them getting into it. So, Nip, ever the kid to do his own thing, he got a big brother. He got Black Sam. So, of course, what he does is they get a studio. He wants his equipment out of Big U's studio, but Big U ain't trying to give it to him. So it becomes a thing. So then, okay, he trying to get out of his deal with Big U. Big U not trying to let him out. So they get into it. Nipsey going a campaign. If you listen to the mixtapes, and the reason why I'm not putting everything on out there like that, because I want to leave it to y'all to do some of the research, because that's what makes videos like this fun. So y'all can look up the diss. Y'all can look up and see what diss that he had out on Big U. Of course, Big U feels some way, and that's what he do. Instead of leaving the music, he do a hood call. Now, when he do the hood call, you know what I'm saying? They get into it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. That's it. I don't know who was the first winner of that encounter. I don't know how that go. But I do know it was a second encounter. And the second encounter, R.I.P., Fats Capone. Fats Capone get out there with Big U. Legend has it that was why Fats Capone was unalive. But that's a whole different story. And the only reason, I feel I don't want to speak too much on 60 politics, because I got artists that really live out there. So I don't want to disrespect the culture, because I would hate for niggas to be speaking on some genie shit or speaking on some low end, some murder time. I have all the facts right. But the facts that I do have right, they can be still incriminating to a degree. So y'all gotta understand this is to protect those people. And at the same time, what I do know is that it was another altercation. It was an altercation where Fats Capone and Big U got out, and Fats Capone got out on Big U. This is true. This is a true fact. Y'all heard other Crips, from other alleged sources, where there was a fight, and Fats got down on him. And that's what led to the catalyst of the murder of Fats Capone. Because you can't, like, even in gang culture, it's niggas that's made men still. And even though YNs got their culture, and even it's still a hierarchy, whether niggas want to do it or not. And like, if you young nigga kill the wrong, it will be retaliation for that. Now, it might not be the retaliation that you young niggas used to, because it might be swift, deadly, and it might be a motherfucking hit team that's coming to get you behind this, but it's coming, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a hierarchy in the streets. So, I mean, you touch Big U up, Big U got pride. You touched the main man. You touched up a main man. You put him on his pockets. So, R.I.P. Fats Capone. That's a whole different story. But needless to say, you know what I'm saying? Nip and Big U had a crazy dynamic, almost a toxic brotherhood, because I think Nip was bounded by I'm still a rolling 60, and it's still the big homie. And sometimes it's so.
Bro, who muted my mic?
I think it muted by itself. I don't know, but it did. It just stopped.
Yeah, we had thought you had got a phone call or something.
Nah, y'all muted the mic, niggas. Stop. I've been playing it the whole time. My phone is on the thing. I ain't even touching the phone. I just looked to see the mic.
Almost a toxic brotherhood, because I think Nip was bounded by I'm still a rolling 60, and it's still the big homie. And sometimes a soldier is a soldier, and that's just how that is. Like, if Larry Hoover got out tomorrow and said, hey, I'm back in charge of the GDs, whoever ain't listening, we doing this, we doing that, woo, either you fall in line or you're not. Do y'all believe how many people will really actually fall in line? A lot of them would. You just wanted, like, Nip was bigger than the program. Nip was bigger than his program. So let's understand where the jealousy may come from a Big U to a young Nip. Because you gotta understand, even before Victory Lap dropped, even right after, he was going to events for Big U and everything. But another altercation happened. So I'm gonna rewind, I'm gonna go back real fast to this before I can finish. You have Big U, who's a part of that old guard of the Rolling 60s. And you have Nip, who's a part of that new guard of the Rolling 60s. And if you in media, you in social media, you into the hood documentaries, you watch the blogs, you watch the Crenshaw podcast, you watch the after Nip, before Nip, and after Nip, you see the difference between the generations of Crips. These young niggas that are out there demonstrating now in Crenshaw and Nipsey Hustle Square, them young niggas are Nipsey disciples. All them, you go out there, them niggas got all money and tattoos on their hands. Them niggas got flags on their necks. Them niggas got TMC on their neck. Like, they almost adapted his moniker and his sayings as a way of life and manifesto for the Rolling 60 Crips out there that are younger. Like, you go look at them niggas got flags in their faces, all types of shit. So he was bigger than the program. And had he lived, I don't want to say this in a negative light, I'm only doing journalism, y'all. I am not a federal agent. I'm only doing what I'm told, far as like, and not even what I'm told. I'm doing what I'm paid to do. I'm doing what I'm paid to do. I'm doing what anybody else would do, and I like doing it. I do want to break down the misconceptions. Nip was bigger than the program. When Lil Baby them came to Cali, they didn't check in with Big U. He took them niggas to them niggas like, hey, woo. But they went to go see Nip. When Gunna went out there, they went to go see Nip. When Young Thug went out there, he went to go see Nip. You get what I'm saying? Niggas went to go for Nip. Nip was frontlining a whole different movement. And them old niggas feared that. And that's why to this day, yes, I can truly say and believe, I feel as if I'm not a Rolling 60, so I think I can say this. I can say this as a podcaster. I feel as if Big U definitely had something to do with the death of Nipsey Hustle. If you didn't call it, you set it up and you didn't stop it. Or if you didn't call it, you knew it was happening, you didn't stop it. If you didn't do it, if you didn't call it, he knew what would happen. And so his hands may be clean of him actually planning, but for him to get on live the next altercation that was had. Another altercation was had, and this time, shit wasn't gonna go the way niggas thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Black Sam was there. Black Sam was there. Like, one of them, like, what you mean? Like, man, that you get up with my little brother. Like, nigga, this my brother. I don't give a fuck about that 60 shit, nigga. So, it was another altercation with DJ Khaled involved. And you can go look at the video with dumbass Loose Cannon is got, let me sidebar real fast. Loose Cannon has to be the dumbest criminal that I've ever met besides ARAB. And I don't even say I've ever met, because I ain't never met the nigga. I've seen the nigga. He's the dumbest criminal I've ever seen besides ARAB. Them two niggas are the poster child of snitching on yourself. And the crazy part is, they're going to snitch on Big U. These relationships have been, here's the thing. I think Brick Baby, once he found out that Big U had something to really do with that, you notice it became disrespect. Nigga, Loose Cannon is calling them big useless. So they don't owe him no reason to keep it real with him. So everything really is crashing down on Big U far as like, damn, this could really expose some shit, because there's more to this. This man got a treasure trove. This man been actively a Rolling 60 Crips since like 1970 something, bro. This nigga been on the hood since 1980. This nigga got all types of check-ins and shit. So ain't no telling what this nigga know. So, back to the situation with DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled was in Crenshaw, and he bumped to the hood, and of course, Big U being ever, like I can't stand niggas like that. I gotta get into this real fast. And this is just a sidebar. Remember, this is a sidebar when I say this. I hate the fact that we, as people, y'all seen the court documents, y'all seen the shit where he was extorting a nigga, right? He not once offered that man a way to bring him more business, but was taking money and money. This goes back to what I was saying in one of my lives. When I said that a black man will kill you, but a white man will keep you in business. See, the Italians used to get thanks for extorting niggas. They would thank the Italians for extorting. Like, thank you, because the Italian usually, a mafioso will usually come in like, hey, how much you make here a week? How can we make more? How can we make more? And what can I do to bring more business here? And you know what happened? That's how restaurants like the Shark Bar and the Copacabana and the Cotton Club became these legendary places. Because guess what? The wise guys had a friend in Frank Sinatra. So while I'm extorting this restaurant to get my points off the top of the Copacabana, guess what? I got Frank Sinatra here for a week singing. So let's bring in revenue to help this man pay me and pay the business. They were bleeding the fucking dispensary dry. They were bleeding the smoke shop dry. Nothing for the community. But, of course, this is one of those things where it's like, well, he did some good too. Yeah, but look at the outcome of that. You killed your son friend. Well, allegedly, you killed your son friend. And I will hope to God you would never do no shit like that, because these blue boys trusted you with their lives. The slights, you hit everything.
Yeah, love, this shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.